Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. The Office of the Prime Minister thanks you for your presence here today for the pre cabinet press briefing. My name is Melissa Paul, and I'm the press secretary to the Prime Minister. At this morning's briefing, we have a few announcements for you. The first being is the announcement of the newborn grants. The government's newborn grants program took effect on August 1st, 2026, fulfilling a commitment made by Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre in his 2026-2027 budget address. Under the program, mothers of eligible registered newborns will receive a one-time grant of 1,000 EC dollars. To qualify, the child must be born on or after August 1st, 2026, and the birth must be registered within 6 months of the child's date of birth. Both requirements must be met. The newborn grant is intended to help mothers meet some of the immediate expenses associated with caring for a baby. It also encourages timely registration, which gives every child a legal identity and is necessary for accessing public services and obtaining official documents. The program forms part of the government of St. Lucia's efforts to provide practical support to families at the important stage of their child's lives. Further information on the newborn grants program can be obtained at the Civil Status Registry. In other news, His Excellency Sir Cyril Errol Melchior Adez Charles, GSL, GCSL, GCMG, demitted office as Governor General of St. Lucia on July 31st, 2026. His Majesty King Charles III, acting on advice of Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre, appointed His Excellency Mr. Felix Finisterre as acting Governor General of St. Lucia with effect from August 1st, 2026. Sir Errol was appointed acting Governor General and sworn in on November 11, 2021, following the departure of Sir Neville Snack, who demitted office on October 31st, 2021. His Majesty King Charles III, acting on advice of Prime Minister Pierre, subsequently appointed him Governor General of St. Lucia with effect from November 1st, 2024. Sir Errol served during a period of constitutional change in St. Lucia, including the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the accession and coronation of His Majesty King Charles III, and St. Lucia's transition from the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council to the Caribbean Court of Justice as its final court of appeal. Throughout his tenure, he discharged the responsibilities of the office of the Governor General with dignity, steadiness, and respect for the country's constitutional traditions. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre, on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia, expresses profound gratitude to Sir Errol for his service. The Prime Minister thanks him for accepting the responsibility to serve at an important time and for carrying out his duties with dignity and respect for the office of the Governor General. He wishes Sir Errol and his family good health and God's continued blessings. Mr. Finisterre has given decades of service to St. Lucia in education, community development, sustainable tourism, public administration, and regional development. He began his professional career in education, teaching for 18 years at every level of St. Lucia's education system. After completing his university studies in the United Kingdom, he returned home and lectured at the former St. Lucia Teachers College, now Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Mr. Finisterre is widely recognized for his pioneering work in community-based development and sustainable tourism. He played a leading role in establishing the Sufra Regional Development Foundation and developing the Sulphur Springs as one of St. Lucia's leading tourism attractions. He was also instrumental in creating the Sufra Marine Management Area, the first integrated marine management area in the Eastern Caribbean. He later conceptualized and managed St. Lucia's first community-based heritage tourism program. In 2000, Mr. Finisterre was elected to the House of Assembly and served as Minister for Communications, Works, Transport, Public Utilities until 2005. Following his retirement from active politics, he continued working with communities and institutions across St. Lucia, the OACS, and Haiti. Mr. Finisterre has served on several national and regional boards and advisory bodies, including St. Lucia National Trust, the UNDP Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, and the Caribbean Natural Resources Institute. He also serves as the Eastern Caribbean representative for CARICOM Canada Expert Deployment Mechanism, through which he contributes to regional capacity building and institutional strengthening. Mr. Finisterre was recently presented with a GMAs Award in recognition of his contribution to tourism development, particularly in community-based tourism, heritage conservation, and sustainable destination management. Prime Minister Pierre congratulates His Excellency, Mr. Finisterre, on his appointment and wishes him every success as he carries out the responsibilities of acting Governor General. The government looks forward to working with him in service to the people of St. Lucia. And our final announcement on the fuel and LPG prices. The government of St. Lucia has maintained the retail prices of fuel and liquid petroleum gas, LPG or cooking gas, for the period August 1st to August 23rd, 2026, despite a rise in global crude oil prices during the referenced period. International benchmark crude oil prices increased by 9.4% during the 3-week reference period, driving up the cost of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene on the international markets. Despite those increases, the government has kept retail, fuel, and cooking prices unchanged for consumers in St. Lucia. Under the modified fuel pass-through mechanism, gasoline and diesel will continue to retail at $16.75 per imperial gallon or $3.68 per liter, while kerosene will remain at $10.41 per imperial gallon or $2.29 per liter. The retail price of LPG products or cooking gas has also been maintained, with the 20-pound cylinder remaining at $34, the 22-pound cylinder at $38, and the 100-pound cylinder at $288.50, and bulk LPG at $2.76 per pound. Government support remains in place for all petroleum products to help cushion the impact of fluctuations in international energy prices on households and businesses. During the current pricing period, kerosene continues to receive a subsidy of $3.52 per imperial gallon. The government will also continue to subsidize cooking gas by $24.27 per 20-pound cylinder, $26.10 per 22-pound cylinder, $2.87 per 100-pound cylinder, and 3 cents per pound of bulk LPG. These measures help to shield consumers from movements in international energy markets while keeping fuel and cooking gas prices stable. Under the modified fuel price pass-through mechanism, fuel prices are reviewed every 3 weeks. The next fuel price review is scheduled for August 24th, 2026. Thank you. we have come to the end of this.
C'est pour toute cette Lucia.
Mr. Parrington, thanks you for your presence here today.
This courthouse was established especially to deal with the backlog of criminal cases in the court system. The court has already started operating and is already yielding results with over 30 cases being disposed so far.
I am informed that of the 138 or the 1,138 cases pending as at the 31st of March 2026, 587 of them, 51.6%, have been there for over 6 years. By any measure, this is unacceptable and justifies the saying that justice delayed is justice denied. The administrators of justice will have many reasons for this deficiency in our system. This mounting backlog of cases has been a pressing issue for my administration since assuming office in July 2021. This morning, I'm pleased to say that this long-standing issue is now being addressed following my administration's early declared intention and commitment to do so. So I'm very happy that we can sort this thing out. I'm very, very, very pleased. It's been the government's commitment to deal with the justice system. And I can tell you, we've made tremendous investment in citizen security in this country. Tremendous investment. What's happening at Borderley? Doing work at Borderley. Tremendous investment. And very soon, we're going to be begin the construction at the former George Charles Secondary School. We're going to be beginning the construction of young men who have issues with the law. Something which will be different from a prison, but we'll have where young men will be able to get some rehabilitation. That's going to be pronounced next month. And as I declare officially open this court, I want to remind you of the insightful words of the civil rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr. And he said, "True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it's the presence of justice." I thank you. We salute you. The government salutes you. We hope that the integrity and the commitment and the professionalism of members of the fire service, the bodily correctional institution, and the police force remains at the highest level. We will do our best to improve your conditions of work and to make life more bearable for you. Rest assured that you are important, you're very important, and maintain your dignity and your integrity. I thank you very much.